Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85 back today doing a new video, new figure review. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at my Moguera Gashapon figure. Moguera. I got that from that, trying to think of which game. I think it was Godzilla Save the Earth, where anytime Moguera shows up on the screen, whether you're playing as him or against him, for some reason he says his name like that, which is a bit odd, but I don't know, I always thought it was kind of funny anyway, so he might even do that in some of the other Godzilla games, I'm not sure. Anyways, so obviously this is the Hesei incarnation of Moguera, meaning this is his, based on his film appearance from Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla, which was released in 1994. So this was the revamped version. Moguera himself, or itself, I should say, because it's a mech, was not seen since its original appearance, and that was in the movie The Mysterians, which was made in 1957, I believe. And that was a movie I never really grew up with seeing. Actually, I didn't really get a chance to see it until the more recent past, because it's on, I've seen it on a couple different of the streaming channels on Roku. So if anybody has Roku and is interested, I do recommend checking out The Mysterians. It's a pretty cool movie. That incarnation of Moguera, its original incarnation, though, I always kind of thought it was a little wonky. I had seen it before because as some of you may know, obviously I'm a huge Nintendo fan, especially the original NES, my favorite console of all time, and I have the game Godzilla Monster of Monsters, which I love. Moguera is one of the enemy kaiju in that game, being controlled by the Exilians. You know, based on their legion of monsters that they built up to try to conquer the solar system. And then obviously you play as Godzilla and Mothra, making your way through. I've always really liked the game. I know it's kind of hit and miss for some people. I know Angry Video Game Nerd made fun of it, but I've always loved it, honestly. So anyways, though, so that was the first time that I had actually seen Moguera, and that was obviously based on its original Showa incarnation. So like I said, I always thought that design, though, was kind of wonky. I definitely do prefer the Hesei Moguera as opposed to that. But I will say Moguera itself is probably not one of my favorite kaiju or mechs. I don't know, just never thought he was all that, interesting. I thought it was a downgrade from Mecha-Godzilla, which Godzilla had fought in the previous film, Godzilla vs. Mecha-Godzilla 2. And I know the original concept, they were thinking of bringing back Mecha-Godzilla, but then they thought that to have Mecha-Godzilla and Godzilla team up against SpaceGodzilla would be too unfair of a fight, so they had to kind of downgrade, and they ended up using Moguera. So anyways, though, that's basically it as far as kind of some background information goes. So like I said, we're going to look at this Gashapon figure. Again, it's a Gashapon figure. It's a mini figure. It's probably close to 3 inches tall. I don't have a ruler on me, but I would say it's probably close to 3 inches. So it's a decent size for a Gashapon figure. They're usually in the 2 to 3 inch range, hence minifigures, like I said. But he definitely looks really cool for a Gashapon. Again, I think they did a really nice job. So as you guys can see all around him, and then we start with the paint job as I usually do. So the main bulk of his body is this silverish paint, and I think they did really nicely on it. I think it looks really good. It's not super shiny, but it definitely looks nice, though. I really do appreciate the paint work on it. And it's really not sloppy at all. It's actually pretty clean looking from everything I can see. Then, of course, he's also got these areas of blue on his body as well. Some nice breakup in the paint scheme from the silver there, so you can see underneath his or on the front of his neck piece there, and then of course on his shoulders, and on his thighs here, where it connects to the waist, on his lower abdomen area, crotch area, I guess, if you will, on the little triangular blue on the chest there. And then, of course, it from the shoulders and the thighs comes down around on his back as well. So it's a really cool pattern. I do happen to like I said, it's not my favorite, but I do happen to like the Hesei Moguera design. It's a pretty cool looking mech, to be honest with you. And then otherwise, you got some black for the drill hands that he has there, and black for the drill on his face as well. You guys can kind of see that, and of course the yellow for the eyes, or the eye sockets as they were. Very, very cool looking. So, pretty simple overall for the paint scheme. Next, we look at the detail work, though. You can see that they captured the detailing very well in the sculpt here. You know, certainly for a Gashapon figure, it's quite impressive here, the detail work that's put in. You got the blade on his back there, and you can see some nice etching for the patterning of the blade as well to really kind of make it stand out so it doesn't just look like a rounded piece. So I do appreciate the attention to detail there. The drill hands, pretty nicely sculpted, as you guys can see there. And of course the drill on his face as well. It definitely has that nice drill appearance to it. Again, the shape of the eyes done very well, very movie accurate in my opinion. Got that little piece, that crown piece on the top of his head there. Little horn that he's got. That looks good. Again, the detail work on the chest and the abdomen area. As you guys can see, the way they did the patterning. Again, very indicative of his film appearance. Of course, again, the way they did all the segments on those blue parts there. Look, all that looks really good. All the detail work on the legs and the feet. They really, really did capture his look pretty well here. You can even see on the back too with that sort of stubby tail that he's got with the booster part on the back there, the thruster. And you can see all that detail captured pretty darn well on him. So you guys can see it's that's why they call these high grade figures, because they do capture the look quite well, honestly, I would say. So definitely think they did a good job with the paint and the detail. And like I said, you really don't see much slop as far as paint goes at all. So I definitely do appreciate that. And then otherwise, articulation, which for the most part, Gashapon figures don't have articulation. They're really just pieces go into place and they're ready for display. For this one though, you can kind of get away with a couple points of articulation, and those being the arms, because the way that they were kind of made, you can actually rotate them. If you kind of move it out a little bit, you can get it to go all the way around. So that's a pretty nice little touch there for both of the arms, where the way that they connect into the shoulder looks good, and it's really not really endangering it too much of it popping off, so so you can actually get away with it. The tail, the way that it connects in, I guess it's just a little loose. I don't know if it's only mine, but just the way it is, but you can kind of just shimmy it around a little bit if you want. So but you can do some pretty cool poses with it, though, I think, at least as far as what you get out of it. But then again, Moguera itself was not an extremely versatile kaiju when you think about it, because the way that his design was, he was kind of stiff, so that was, just because of his sheer bulk and everything. But but again, though, as far as what you can do here, I think it definitely works. Other than that, like I said, that's about it. He's pretty affordable. You should be able to find him on eBay and whatnot. I don't think it should run you, at least any time I've looked, I don't think it should run you any more than $20. But, if you guys are interested and you don't mind having like a minifigure of Moguera, or you just want a minifigure to add to your collection, if you like the Gashapons, you can't go wrong with this. I think it's really, really nice. It makes a good addition to a collection. So I think that does about cover it, though, folks. I would definitely like to thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.